Welcome to the overview for HR administration in HRSimplified. This is basically the access a HR administrator or a HR executive would have on the system and how they would perform most of their day-to-day tasks. I want to start out by highlighting the fact that there is a help at the bottom. This widget is fed from a frequently asked questions system, which can be searched for any information that you do not know how to do on the system. It's quite well documented, and we are sure that it can assist you. If it cannot, you can simply say that it wasn't sufficient by saying not helpful, which will allow you to then log a ticket to our support team to assist you. So let's start with the HR administration. Basically, you also still land on your dashboard. If we go one down, we have administration menu. We have a few additional things like HR planning, which is part of administration. We have things like workflows, claims, leave, company, and then also notifications at the bottom. So if we go through this very quickly, we look at the HR Insights. HR Insights is your HR analytics for your business. It looks at your administration of employees, your financial liabilities. We have some diversity details, how your company breakdown looks from an ethics point of view. We have things like claim and leave applications and how they're being processed. We can look at the organizational chart for the business to see how the people report to each other. The system maintains this by itself. And then the last tab is our HR training information around how training is spent, how much courses, who's booked on what, that type of information. Under all employees, we find the list of all the employees. And this would be each of the employee records. If we wanted to maintain one of them, we can go pick our employee. We can also search for them. We can then open them up and look at the employee record. So we'll see the employee record loads. At the top we can see the person, we can see if they're in the office or on leave, a little bit of summary information, and then we go into the detail record here at the bottom. We can see there's an employee tab, and below that we have the personal information, contact information, employment, job information, how they get paid, some of the leave information, and also the job description, which can be loaded from the planning section. I will show that to you now. The banking information has got to do with the actual employee details. For their bank details for your payroll, we can look at the employees' documents. The first tab is around contracts that's been stored on the system. The second one is documents that's been stored, and the last one is rejected. There is a document workflow that allows the employee to upload their own documents, and then HR will then go to the workflow section and approve those documents. If they reject it, they will be moving to the rejected documents tab. You can then go there, assess them, and then approve them to move them to the other documents tab. Emergency contacts, this will be your next of kin. Your education has got to do with your skills, your qualifications, or your work history in the business and outside. And then we can do employee notes, where you can create notes which can also be sent to the employee for signature. The HR application management is all applications done by the employee over time, so we can look at all their claims, all their leave applications, and then also their leave auditing. So in this case, you can see annual leave was accrued every month at a certain rate, and how many days were taken. This is chronological order. We can look at the record health of the employee. In this case, this record has got 100% health. As the health deteriorates, we will list the different issues that you have on this section, which allows you then to go and fix those issues. Performance management has got to do with the base HR component. These are all the performance assessments. You can go back and print them or view them as well. You can also go look at the recommendations for training that was issued by the manager for that employee in the performance assessment. We can also go book physical training for that person from here. So although it's a recommendation, it doesn't mean the training's been done. The training management will be where you would add the training for the person based on the recommendations. And you can create them here by picking them from the list that's been loaded, and I will show you where to do that. And then the training status, and also if there's expiry involved in that training. And then also the performance management 360 would look at all the previous performance assessments and map those out to see if there's been increases or decreases in the performance of the employee. Talent management is related to talent management component, which is a separate module. More information about that later. So this is the employee record. We can also quickly go through the rest of the items. Document settings allows you to share documents with an employee. Depending on what is switched on, that will be shown to the employee in their My Documents folder. We have all the HR reports that you could need, like your training, your service providers, that type of thing. Depending on the report you choose, there might be additional information needed, like an employee name or maybe dates, for instance. So the reporting all runs from here and they all come out in Excel. Under HR planning, we have our HR planner, which is our yearly calendar. We can create events on this for the company or for HR. We have a capacity planner where all the different job titles are available. This is where you would set up the job description for a position. You would populate this. You would also add all the different aspects that go with that, like requirements, the roles, the skills, the benefits, the future roles. And then if there's any training required for the specific role, that's where this would be set up. This would also feed into the recruitment section where the job descriptions are advertised. We then have service providers, which is where you would add all your service providers that supply training to the business, as well as the BEE levels for reporting. And we can also look at the different courses that those institutes offer to the employees. Under training, we can go see all the different training that's already been booked and what their statuses are, if they've been, if it's planned or mandatory or not. And this gives you a quick overview of what's going on in your business from a training point of view. Under workflows, we have the start where we have document approvals. These are documents that's been uploaded by employees that are awaiting approval or review. And then also we have promotions. If there's any promotions that's been submitted for an employee, this is where they would be reviewed and approved. Around the different processes, we can look at the bulk employees. This is where we can add employees that we would like to change. So if I wanted to change 2 or 3 employees here, I can just go quickly change the job category, the position, and then update the entire list in one save. It's just quicker to do that way. So this would be promotions. And then under workflow settings is where we can manage these things. We want to have a 1-step approval, 2-step, 3-step, and that's documented in the help section if you want more information. Claims would be what the manager uses just to be able to process claims, and that would be expense claims and overtime claims, as well as the reporting around those. And then we have a leave section where we would have the calendar to show everybody's leave, as well as the approvals and reversals and the reporting around that. Under company, which also forms part of HR administration, you can set up your company details as well as some settings around your business. You can create all your branches, you can create all your departments, and you can create all your teams that is available in your business. These can be allocated on an employee record. Under the organizational shared section, we can go and look at all the documents that the company needs to share to all their employees. And billing is simply where your invoices are located from us. As from a performance management point of view, this I will handle in a separate video. Same thing with talent management and same thing with recruitment. And the notifications as part of HR administration, there is organization emails. This will allow HR administrators or HR executives to send a bulk email to the entire company or whoever is loaded on the system for your company themselves. If you are also wondering where you can find the chat in the system, at the top, if you click there, you'll see your details around your profile. Next to that is your chat section where employees in the business could potentially chat with you as an HR administrator. And that would be the end of administration. We hope that was helpful.